Hey, second grade friends. Welcome to Science. Today, we're going to do a scholastic news. We've been talking about how to beautify our earth by planting things such as flowers or other plants, recycling, reducing, and reusing to protect our earth. And today, we're going to learn a little bit about plants, which we have done in the past. You should know a lot about plants already. We're going to review what plants need in a short video, and then we're going to learn about some gross plants. There's stinky plants and slimy plants and all kinds of plants that you maybe have never seen before. I know I haven't. So let's get started by remembering, what do plants need? Think about that for a minute. All right, get an idea in your head and we'll see if it's part of the video today.
What do plants need? Some plants grow tall toward the sky, while others spread out flat on the ground. Some have colorful flowers, or delicious fruits, or traps that snap shut. But no matter what they look like, all plants need the same things to survive. First, all plants need light. Normally, plants get the light they need from the sun. Their leaves soak up the sunlight. Plants use this sunlight to make food. But some plants live in places that are very dark. In the rainforest, the tall, leafy trees block the sun. The rainforest floor doesn't get much light. But the plants on the floor have ways around this problem. Some rainforest plants climb to the sun. The liana vine climbs up tree trunks. It climbs all the way to the tops of the trees, where the sun is bright. Some liana vines can grow as long as 3,000 feet to reach the sunlight. Another thing all plants need is water. A plant will dry up and die without water. Most plants can suck up water from the soil through their roots. But some plants live in places where it's hard to get water. In the desert, it doesn't rain a lot. There's not a lot of water for plants to drink. But desert plants have ways around this problem. Many desert plants have long roots. The ground near the surface may be dry, but the soil farther down has water. The long roots suck up the water deep down in the ground. Other desert plants can store water for a long time. When it rains, cactuses like this one swell up with water. When the ground remains dry for months, the cactus still has something to drink. One last thing all plants need is nutrients. Soil has nutrients that are good for plants. Plants suck up the nutrients through their roots. But some plants live in places where it's hard to get nutrients. In swamps, the soil doesn't have many nutrients. But swamp plants have a way around this problem. Some swamp plants get the nutrients they need by eating insects. When an insect lands on a Venus flytrap, the leaves snap shut and trap the insect. Then the plant turns the insect into a liquid and slurps it up. Yum! That fly makes one nutritious meal. Plants are pretty amazing. Even in a tough spot, they can get the light, water, and nutrients they need to be healthy and thrive.
All right, second grade. Remember, if you'd like to get on this Scholastic News site, I will put it on the assignment sheet, and the password is bath2, number 2. And you can go ahead and watch these videos on your own. You can complete the assignment right there on your screen and just take a screenshot if you would rather than writing it out. You can do the brain break, the dance break a couple times that we're going to do right now. There's vocabulary words and a cool game called Build a Plant. And before we get started sitting and listening, let's go ahead and stand up tall. We're going to be a plant. We're going to grow up, we're going to bloom, and we're going to dance to this fun music. So get ready. All right, everybody. Stand up. I know you're not all standing. Go ahead and stand up. Get ready to stretch and grow.
Dance break.
All right, boys, you stand up too. Come on, guys.
Move like a plant.
Grow.
Grow up, up, up.
Stretch tall to the sun.
Open and bloom.
Open your arms, bloom as big as you can, like the petals of a flower.
Sway in the breeze.
Back
Sway,
and forth.
sway. Good work.
Nice job.
Freeze!
Frozen.
Now take a deep breath in. 1, 2, 3. And let it out. 3, 2, 1. Now melt to the ground.
All the way down, melting. Good job, second grade. All right, now we're going to sit for a little bit longer, but it's a very interesting story. I want you to be able to understand about plants, their needs, how the parts of their plants help them, like that desert plant has extra long roots to suck water up from in the ground. And here are some different kinds of plants. You're not going to believe what this plant smells like. It smells like old meat, which is super gross. It's called a corpse flower. Let's take a listen.
This plant stinks. Roses are red. Tulips smell sweet. This giant plant stinks like old meat. This flower smells bad, and it's not the only one. Turn the page to learn about 3 gross plants. World's grossest plants. As you read, think about what helps each gross plant survive. Our world is full of incredible plants. Some of them smell wonderful. Some of them look beautiful. And some of them are just gross. We've found 3 of the world's grossest plants. Learn all about them if you dare. Stinky plant. The Rafflesia plant is big, red, bumpy, and stinky. It smells like rotten meat. That smell might sound gross to you, but not everyone feels that way. Some insects eat rotten meat. When they get a whiff of the Rafflesia, they think they're smelling a tasty meal. They crawl around on the flower to take a closer look, and they get covered in dusty pollen. The insects fly away and carry the pollen to other Rafflesia plants. The pollen helps those plants make new seeds. One day, those seeds will sprout, and more stinky Rafflesia plants will grow somewhere new. Slimy plant. Smell isn't the only gross way for plants to get what they need. Take a look at the Sierra Mix corn plant. It looks like it has gooey red fingers growing out of it. Those slime-covered things are roots. The roots of most plants grow under the ground. They soak up nutrients from the soil. Nutrients are what living things need to stay strong and healthy. But the Sierra Mix grows its roots in the air instead of the ground. Its roots are covered in a thick slime called mucus. The mucus looks disgusting, but it has an important job. The mucus pulls nutrients right out of the air. The corn plant grows strong, healthy, and gross. Toilet plant. This last plant might be the grossest one of all. It's called a pitcher plant. Pitcher plants grow in places where they can't get enough nutrients from the soil. So some pitcher plants get their nutrients in a totally disgusting way. The pitcher plant is shaped like a big cup. Animals sit on its edge to lick sweet nectar from the plant. While the animals are resting there, they use the plant as a toilet. They poop right into the cup.
Gross.
The poop is just what the pitcher plant needs. The plant breaks down the poop and gets plenty of nutrients. And the animal gets a nice bathroom break. These plants may not smell sweet. They may not look pretty. But these 3 gross plants are amazing. The things that make them gross are exactly what they need to survive. By Blair Rainsford. This is the Stinky Rafflesia plant. The pollen dust is in here. This Sierra mix uses slime to get nutrients from the air. Excuse me, this tree shrew is pooping in a pitcher plant.
I don't know about you, second grade, but I can't decide which is the grossest. The old, rotten meat smelling plant, the slimy red gooey fingers covered in mucus, or the pooping plant. I think they're all pretty gross. And here is the back, the science glossary. I'm glad they took some time to take a look a little closer at these words that were in there. A glossary tells what words mean. Read the glossary below. Then choose the words that mean the same as the underlined word. So you'll see right here it says mucus, a thick, slimy liquid. Nectar, and it helps you sound it out in a fair way right here, is a sweet liquid inside most flowers. Many insects drink nectar. Nutrients are things that people, animals, and plants need to stay strong and healthy. People can get nutrients from vegetables. Okay, in the story, the nutrients usually came from the soil for plants, except for the toilet plant that you know where it got its nutrients from. And here's pollen. I think pollen and nectar are something that I can easily get confused. Pollen is a dust, whereas nectar is a liquid. Pollen is the dust made inside flowers. Pollen helps seeds grow. Pollen can often get stuck on flying insects and then get carried from one plant to another, with these flying insects being the carriers. For number 1, I'm not touching that plant. It's covered in a thick, slimy liquid. Which of these 3 words means thick, slimy liquid? The keywords thick and slimy can be found in the definition of one of these 4 words. Number 2, this salad is full of things people need to stay strong and healthy. I remember a picture that showed me a little girl with things that had strong and healthy in a bowl. And I'm wondering what that picture went to. Which word? Number 3, achoo! All this dust made inside flowers is making me sneeze. If you peek at the word dust and try to find it up here in the definitions, you'll figure out which one, nutrient, mucus, or pollen, is the correct answer for number 3. Number 4, butterflies love flowers that are full of sweet liquid. Sweet liquid. Liquid is a key word that's only going to be in one of these definitions. Is it in mucus, nectar, or nutrients? Write your answer next to number 4 or click on the answer. Talk about it question. This is nothing you need to write down. Which plant from the issue do you think is the grossest? I have a tie between the stinky one and the toilet one, but I think the toilet one might be the grossest for me. I don't like the slimy one, but it's not as stinky or gross as the toilet one. Use a word from this glossary to use in your answer. So if I was going to say it was the toilet one, I would say the toilet plant, which I believe was the pitcher plant, gets nutrients from other animals' poo. I know, that's so gross. I bet you didn't think you were going to learn about a toilet plant today and learn so much about animal poop. But that's what we learned today. It includes nutrients that some plants need. All right, friends, happy Friday, and I hope you have a great weekend. And we'll do a Zoom next week. It will be fantastic, and we got some other things planned. Love you guys. See you later.